If you're thinking about finishing your basement, you might be wondering, how long is this process actually going to take? In most cases, a basement finish is one of the faster projects we can do, but it still depends on the size and scope. On the shorter end, if it's a really simple project, I'm talking just framing, drywall, and flooring, you might be able to get it done in about 2 months. But realistically, most basements fall between the 3 and 4 month range. And for larger and more complex basements, you could even see 4 to 5 months. Most basement finishes we see are between 1,200 and 1,800 square feet. They usually include things like 2 or 3 bedrooms, 1 to 2 bathrooms, a living room or family space, a kitchenette or wet bar, and sometimes an office or a gym. Before construction even starts, you need to factor in permitting. Once plans are submitted, you're typically looking at least 2 weeks to get those approved. Even though basement finishes and remodels tend to move quickly, here are some things that could affect the timeline. The first is change orders. If something changes mid-project, especially electrical, plumbing, or your layout, that can easily add a week or 2 to your project, if not more. Another is material delays. Back-ordered materials can push the timeline out unexpectedly. Then we have inspections. Depending on the project, inspections can sometimes slow things down slightly. And lastly, more complex work, like cutting into concrete for drainage or adding or modifying HVAC, can add time depending on what's needed. Overall, basements are usually more straightforward than full home remodels, but those factors can still impact your timeline. So if you're trying to figure out what your basement project might look like, feel free to reach out and we could walk you through it.